All right, hey ladies, Liz here. I want to take a few minutes and talk with you guys about meal planning on a budget. My family and I a few years ago set a budget because some just life happened and we had to cut back. So our grocery budget for the month was $200. $200 a month. Now that our boys are getting a little bit older and they're eating a lot more, and I know it's only going to get worse, we've increased it to about $300 a month. But we were able to do this, we're still able to do this, and I want to give you some of my tips on how we make this work. I've also written an ebook that I go into much further detail, and I'll post the link for that below in the comments. But after you watch this and listen to it, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to post those in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help you. This is just one of the things that I like to help my challengers or my customers, whatever you want to call it, every single month in our online accountability groups to help you guys figure it out, because it can get expensive to eat healthy, and I think that's one of the reasons people don't do it. So I am about to bust all the myths out there that it has to be expensive, and you're going to be able to implement this. It's going to take some time, but if you follow these steps or maybe tweak it to what works for you, then I promise you, you won't look back. So first and foremost, I am assuming that you have a budget. This does not include eating out. It only includes cooking at home during the week and on the weekends for all of your meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and your snacks. Okay, so make sure you have a budget set, and then what I do is I break it down for the week. And the reason I do that is because I just shop for groceries 1 week at a time rather than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even for the whole month. Because the problem is that if you shop for your groceries so far out, so like for the entire month, and you're getting fresh produce, most of the time that is going to go bad. And if you're throwing food away at the end of the week or the end of the month because it spoiled in your refrigerator, then you're just throwing away money, and that's not good for anybody, right? So make sure you set a weekly or bi-weekly budget, or whatever works for you guys. And here's the key. So if you have to do the whole cash in the envelope thing, do it. But if you have a budget, say, $200 a month, and so that breaks down to $50 a week. If you only spent $40 1 week, then that $10 that you didn't spend, carry it over into the next week. Because we all know that if you buy meat, that is crazy expensive. So you can roll that over, or maybe 1 week meat was on sale and you bought, you spent $70. So then that means that the next week you only get $30. So you've got to kind of work it out. So not knowing what your budget is, I hope that kind of helps. So let's go into the tips. So tip number 1, and Leslie touched on this, I think it was yesterday, she touched on this. Look at your week ahead. Know what you have planned. If you have kids involved with extracurricular activities, then know what your week looks like. Maybe you have a busy meeting one day, an early meeting. Plan it out. I usually sit down on the weekends, like Friday is my meal planning day for the following week, and I literally plan it out Monday through Sunday. And I just sit and I go, okay, the 80-20 rule, like 80% of the time, because something always comes up last minute. You can't control that. So just say, okay, I know that this is what's going on this week, and so plan accordingly. Before you even step foot in the grocery store, I want you to shop your own kitchen. This is step number 2, or tip number 2. Shop your own kitchen and pantry. You will be surprised at the stuff that you already have on hand that you didn't know that you had. I mean, how many times are you like, frozen blueberries? I didn't even know I had those in my freezer, right? Because I've done that before. I'm not saying you have to keep an inventory, but as long as you shop through stuff in your house first, that's going to help you set your plan, your meal plan for that following week or 2 weeks or whatever, using stuff that you already have at home. So that's step number 2. So step number 3, consider leftovers. Now this is also assuming that you know the right portion sizes. If you don't know the right portion sizes that you or your kids or your spouse should be consuming, then contact the person who invited you into this group, and we will get you set up on knowing what the right portions are, whether it's the color-coded containers or it's Portion Fix or it's, whatever. We will help you figure out the right portion sizes, because honestly, we either eat way too much or we don't eat enough. And so we want to help you figure that out. But if you make an entire meal and then you've got leftovers and you think, oh, well, I already had this plan for tomorrow, but now we've got to finish these leftovers, but this food's going to spoil in the fridge it's just a crazy thing. So whenever you start planning out your meals, go, okay, I'm going to make chili this night, and chili's going to last us for the next 2 days or whatever it is for you. So consider leftovers whenever you're meal planning. Tip number 4, and this is going to be helpful for you when it comes to the whole expensive stuff. So everyone says to buy organic, and I think that you definitely should. However, you don't need to buy everything organic. Some people may argue with me on that, and that is okay, but this is what works for us. Research and know, or in my ebook, I go into it a little bit more about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. So buy those Dirty Dozen items organic, and you'll save money that way. If you have an Aldi's near you, they have a great supply of organic produce that is cheaper than if you were to go to the grocery store. Hi, buddy. Landon just walked in. We're talking to them about how to save money when they grocery shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. And then another thing is you want to make sure that you're buying the produce that is in season because it will be cheaper. If you're trying to buy produce that is out of season for your area, it's going to be way more expensive. For those items, I mean, you can research online to figure out what's in season in your area during which month. But things that are not in season, you want to buy in the frozen food, like the frozen bags. Some people think they're not as healthy, but they actually are really healthy because they pick them at their prime peak and then freeze them. And so it's healthier. It's going to be cheaper for you. So definitely do that. And then here's Landon. Can you say hi?
Mommy.
Yeah. And then tip number 5, and this is the last one that I'm going to leave you with. If you are left at the end of the week, if you have produce left over in your refrigerator or even meals like chili or anything like that, if you have it left over, I want you to freeze it. Freeze it, put a description and a date on it, and then you can just pull it out on the next night that is crazy busy and you think, I don't have time to cook anything, I'm going to stop by fast food. Don't, because you have food already at home. And then another thing that we really love... Another thing that we really love are making one-pot meals like chili. I love, my family, I don't know if they're tired of it or not, but I love just kind of like a whole big thing, a big pot of like quinoa and veggies and beans. And I do some meatless stuff because that is cheaper, obviously. So just think about some one-pot meals that you can make for your family. Oh, goodness bless you. And then another thing that we do, 2 more things. So one other thing is don't be a short order cook. I do not cook multiple things for my family. I have picky eaters, but I just tell them, like, this is what we're having. We either eat this or you don't eat. And they have to try it. And so that's worked well for us. I know some people can't do that. Maybe there's some sensory issues that your kids have or that you have. But for the most part, don't be a short order cook. And then lastly, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but Shakeology has helped us save money. And when people first hear the price, it's $129.95 a month plus tax and shipping. And that's for people who are not coaches. When you sign up as a coach, you get the 25% off. Now, this is not for me to promote the coaching thing or anything, or even Shakeology as, hey, buy this. It's me simply giving you the facts. It's helped us save money because it contains your daily servings of fruits and vegetables. I do not like eating a lot of vegetables, and neither does my family. My boys don't either. And so Shakeology helps provide us with the nutrients that our body needs and craves to function properly in the way that it is supposed to. It also gives me an energy boost. I'm more focused throughout the day, and I'm able to keep up with this little guy and his big brother. But it seems crazy expensive. And I get that. And I was a little apprehensive at first too about it.
Look.
But it breaks down. You give 30 servings. You have an entire month's worth of a meal. It's a complete meal for only $4 a day. $4 for an entire meal that contains phytonutrients, antioxidants, probiotics, prebiotics, tons of vitamins and minerals, and again, your daily servings of fruits and vegetables. You cannot find that anywhere. There are no preservatives. There's no artificial anything. So it's helped us save money on our groceries because I don't have to buy as many fruits and vegetables for the week, and I'm not worried about getting in my daily servings of fruits and vegetables either. So those are my tips. I would review them, but Landon took my piece of paper. So make sure you set a budget. Make sure you plan out your week, know what it looks like. Don't forget about leftovers. Don't be a short order cook. Know your dirty dozen, and those are the ones you should buy organic. And then if you have questions about maybe how to make this work for you, comment below and I'll be happy to help answer any of those, help figure out what works for you and your family. And if you have any questions about Shakeology, you want to try it, kind of see what it tastes like and how it works, then contact the person who invited you to this group and they would be happy, more than happy, to send you a sample of that. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to commenting with you guys below. Say bye.
Say back.